Omkara. We are back with our session on law of attraction, and today we are going to discuss about law of attraction. As we got few questions previously about law of attraction, whether this works on money context or not. So today again we are back with Omkara, our guest, our speaker. He's 360 degrees life transformation expert, life coach expert. So I welcome you, Omkar.
Thank you so much, Bhavna. I hope I feel like 1 week has 1 week is so long that I haven't met you guys. Thank you again for inviting for an amazing session again for today.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Actually, my pen fell down, so
It's okay. I can understand.
yeah. So how are you doing? How was your week?
Yeah, week went pretty well. Not so difficult, but yet, like doing the side hustles at the same time, doing the 9 to 5 job with unrealistic deadlines that the companies expect. And yeah, but yet, I am so happy that I am working on multiple things, and I feel so excited, and I feel powerful whenever I do stuff like that, multitasking and others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So previously we had a great discussion on law of attraction, and I got few queries from a few of my acquaintances on Insta, Facebook, and WhatsApp. And most commonly, I would like to take up or club all those questions. And in common, people have asked like how law of attraction works in case of money. People say that yes, we can change our negativity into positive thinking and everything, but how it works on money? Does it
That's
actually works on money?
That's a genuine question that people has these days. It's a pretty genuine question and a normal question that people can ask because that's how we are coded in the direction. And maybe I just want to like say every single person here, if you are having any questions related to law of attraction, especially related to money, today we are going to talk about it. So you can ask your questions along with Bhavna's question. I'm going to answer every single question, and if I'm not able to answer your questions, I'm going to reply to those questions in the comment form, or I will do some or the other way. I will communicate to you and answer your questions, or even Bhavna can record those questions and she can put up in the next live session, and that also we can do, isn't it, Bhavna?
Yes, sure.
Great. So coming back to that, yeah, do you have something?
Please carry on.
Okay.
No, please carry on.
So coming back to that question, the thing that you said is, can law of attraction help in attracting money? So pretty much yes, because we all, okay, I will simply ask a simple question. We all believe that humans can be possessed with ghosts or devils or souls, right? If I say a ghost can possess an AC, air conditioner, it sounds silly. Yeah, that's the expression that you made, and that's the feeling that everybody has. At the same time, if I say a ghost can possess a washing machine, a computer, a bulb, like all these things sounds very silly because we are programmed that way. And the most complex thing, what do you think is the most complex thing in this whole world?
The human brain, according to me.
Absolutely. With no second doubts and with no arguments, I am completely in line with you. The human brain is the most complicated and complex thing that no person even today can understand. Even the scientists are trying to understand how each and every lobe and each and every projection in the brain is resulting in different capacities of a human person, capacities or abilities. So that's the most complex thing, and we trust and we believe that a simple thing can possess, or a ghost can possess a human body, wherein a thing that cannot even think cannot be possessed with ghosts. Because we have been watching movies, we have been reading stories, we have been listening to the same old stories that our parents or our grandparents have been told us, that ghosts only possess these. And a simple question, if I may ask, only ghosts, like only humans can convert into ghosts? Can't animals, ants, like insects cannot convert into ghosts? It sounds crazy because we have been programmed that way. Even they have
Yeah.
brains, they have lives, they have souls. Why I am taking that topic is, if you accept that law of attraction can be worked on humans, then there is no point of asking whether that will be workable on money or not, because money is just a thing or an exchange of energy. See, the basic definition of money is very simple, Bhavna, or the person who asked this question. The money is having a very simple question. Usually, or in earlier stages of life, we used to have barter system, which is an exchange
Yes.
of thing that I have and for the thing that I need.
Yes.
Right now, if I translate it into a simple words, that is the exchange of the need. I want
Okay. So
something. Yeah, go on.
by exchanging money, you are saying. So now,
Exactly.
in place of barter system, it is money that is we are
Exchanging.
circulating it, exchanging.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if I
Great.
need something, if I need a service, I'm exchanging money and I'm getting the service. So money is having no life. Money is having no, like, it is having nothing. The only thing is, we have to attract abundance into our life, and that abundance in the form of money or wealth. That's it.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you answered my question already. I was about to ask.
Yes.
So there is one more question that triggers first after listening to this. Like, if everyone could attract money in their life,
Mm-hmm.
why everyone is not rich or everyone is not a multi-millionaire person?
Okay.
Why is it so?
Beautiful question, and I would like to even answer it in a radical way. Uh, if everybody can exercise, why isn't everybody fit? If everybody can wake up early in the morning and do simple jumping jacks or simple exercises, why everybody isn't fit? If everybody can eat actual proper normal harvested food, why is majority of the people obese? If everybody can do everything, why these set of people are still there stuck? If everybody, like, simple things, everybody can breathe, then why few
Yes.
people are having the problem of like they have to put on ICUs, they have to be put on oxygens? Why is that happening? It is because the way that you are using it is the practices that you have been doing. There are simple logics. For example, I personally, when I'm coaching people for money, I have clients who are saying, who never understood or never realized that they are not attracting money for one simple reason, is that they cannot harm their parents, is that they cannot make their parents feel bad. You know, excuse me, there are so many people in this society right now who are able to earn the money that is equal to his or her parents' income, not beyond that, because they have coded that way that my parents may feel low if I earn more than them. And when
Yeah.
fortunately I have started using law of attraction in my life, when I have completed my third year or about to begin my fourth year of engineering, and I have changed my coding into a direction where my father's income is it should be my first month drawing income. What I said is, it's in simple words, my father's that month's withdrawing income should be my first month's withdrawing income. And I said this to my father, and everybody, see, it's a simple difference that you are taking it. If I say my father feels bad, of course he will feel bad. But if I say it in a simple direction, like, Dad, I want to grow to an extent where I have to earn the money that you are earning today after these many years of experience. That should be my starter package. And then he felt very proud because I have my confidence. I'm speaking to him in a direction of confidence. That is beautiful. That is what is needed. And that made a huge difference in my life, and I started earning a lot of money these days. And that's where my companies or my life goals or career goals or my financial goals have changed.
Great. Great. So you mean to say that yes, the law of attraction works in terms of money, wealth. So do you think all rich people have uh, got rich or they attracted wealth and success to their life through these means only? Is it so?
Yes, I can strongly
Is
say
it?
yes. Because, yeah, go on. I think the question is not finished.
Yeah, and my question was, I hope I'm clear with my question here.
Okay,
Like,
I would repeat it
everyone
if,
who is rich, like, will they attract money using this law of attraction only, or what is it that they attract money, if not law of attraction?
right. If I take a simple analogy, what it says is, or what I can say is, when you are hungry, what would you do?
I would go to kitchen and see if the food is already cooked, or I will cook and have it.
Correct. Simple. If I ask a simple other question, will everybody or is every person on this planet being fed or getting their hunger or satisfying their hunger using the same food?
No, exactly.
No, but are they using the same metabolism? Are they using the same, like, they are also feeding themselves with some food that they usually have, correct? But the
Yes,
metabolism is same.
true.
The same way, you may not know that you have been using law of attraction, but you may be using law of attraction to become rich.
Okay.
See, law of attraction is pretty simple. It's the mindset that you have. It's the what is that? We call it as subconscious mind or the paradigm. And if you get that
Yes.
paradigm shift, if you can unlock your subconscious mind into a direction where you can attract money or attract wealth, and that's it. Every rich person is doing the same thing. Every wealthy person is doing the same thing.
Okay. Thank you. That
Yeah.
was a great insight and good example that you have used. So, how do you manifest? Okay, I'll come on this question later. But firstly, I would like to know, like, how would you, use law of attraction to attract money? What are the tips
Hmm.
that you would give to, take up law of attraction or do that paradigm shift in ourselves to attract wealth or to attract money?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm having a session on the same. It's related to abundance, not just related to money, but abundance on all the topics. The topic tomorrow that I have is the top 3 techniques to attract abundance in life. But at the same time, when you are asking me these questions, I'm just recollecting, or if I can take a minute, I just want to recollect the notes that I usually prepare. And in that notes, I have the magical words that I use for money or the techniques that you asked. So if I can repeat the question to stay on the same lines. So you are asking me what are the tips that anyone can use to attract money into their lives, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. So one thing, the vocabulary change, shift your vocabulary, change your vocabulary. Don't speak the negative words related to money. Do not say spend. Just, I will give you a simple technique. Today, if you have your keyboard when you are having your mobile phone, to everybody in the audience I'm speaking about, just pull out your mobile phone in the comment section, say spend, type spend, spend. And if you have your emoji or if you have your smart keypad on, the emojis will be started popping up automatically on the keyboard. It will show you the relevant emojis or the stickers or smileys, whatever you call it. And the first sticker that comes is there is a dollar note and you have wings to it when you click on
Hmm.
spend. And that's pretty
Yes.
simple. That's an amazing thing that we have to see. I only observe details. I do not observe the whole big picture. I only observe details. And if you see, the smartness of the keyboard is saying that spending is giving away money. If you spend something, your dollar is flying away. So do not say those words. Try to say words like invest. I circulate money. I exchange money. I get money. I invest money. So use these kind of words. So change your vocabulary first. Second
Hmm.
thing, be grateful and show gratitude for whatever you have already and try to get the same again and again and again. When I was coaching, I'm on the process of coaching one of my clients or one of my buddies. So that person is having huge money codes, like he's having tremendously unbreakable money codes. And the only simple thing, or in coaching, in regular coaching, what happens is we usually ask them to change their negative codes into empowering codes and keep on telling them to themselves. But the unobserved thing that we are doing is we are not actually, like, if I frame an empowering code that may not be accepted by my brain and my heart, it cannot be accepted because I don't have any references to it. For example,
Yes.
if today I say I am a millionaire, it will not be, my brain will not accept, because I can see my surroundings and I'm not literally a millionaire. But
Yeah.
if I can my empowering code is in a different direction. When I say a different direction, the empowering code could be something like, I attract money easily into my life. And for that, if I can recollect any incidents where I found a rupee coin when I was roaming on the road, or if I can actually get some money, for example, my father has sent me money just for no reason. He felt like, this month I got hikes, so you buy something. Or for my birthday, if he has gifted me some like 100,000 or 100 rupees or 1,000 rupees or 500, whatever it is, those instances, if I can recollect, and that empowering code, if I can make for myself, that helps. And that's how you have to build your empowering codes. Yeah.
So you mean to say that in a way we can say that we are affirming something.
Yes. You made my job easy. So we have to create those affirmations in a direction where they would empower us. And those affirmations should have a strong belief or a previous incident that happened in our life.
Yeah. So you mean, but as you said that brain might not accept few of our affirmations. So is it that needed or very much required that we need to search for the evidences for it or the references for it to get it accepted and get imbibed in our brains, or what it is all
Yes.
about?
No, it has to be accepted by your brain, because end of the day, who are you? You are your thoughts, your upbringing, your surroundings, your well-being, or like, in simple words, it's your thoughts. You are your thoughts, and the way you respond or react, that's as simple as that. I'm a very simple person. For me, a person is thoughts. So if you are using law of attraction, if you are using subconscious mind, if you are using coaching, whatever you are doing, your all work is happening on the thoughts. The way you process your thoughts, the way you think, the way you behave when you get something, some thought. So when you ask me that question, like, if you can repeat that question again, I would answer it in a right way, in the straight manner. What is the question?
The question is that like we keep like we spoke about affirmations. So is it
Yes.
so like very much necessary or very much required, or is it so that we just try to collect evidences and references pertaining to our
Hmm.
affirmations, and only then it gets imbibed in our mind, or
Hmm.
how it is? Because
Okay.
many a times, like if I say I'm a Prime Minister of India, that might not be, that surely will not
Absolutely.
be
Correct.
accepted by my mind. So that is my point from a listener's point of view.
Yes, absolutely. So, as you have asked me the question, now I will answer it in a straight way. If today I go out and I say, I am the chief minister of the state, nobody will believe. And in fact, they call me mad. Because, first of all, when I said that, I should be having that connection to my words and my brain. And if I can have that connection to me, I can speak in a direction where I can actually work towards a direction, and I can speak that. Without working on me, without even having that confidence in me, I will not be able to speak, and I will not let others convince. And if I cannot convince others, first of all, to convince others, I have to convince myself. To convince
Yes,
myself, my
that's true.
affirmation has to be having a link with my past experience and my thought process.
What
And
if
to
somebody, I'm sorry, please carry on.
no, and to answer your question in straight, yes, you should have a correlation with your past experience with the affirmations. Sorry, go
What
ahead.
if somebody doesn't has any sort of correlation in the past with their affirmations? How can they do that?
Everybody has a incident, at least a simple minor incident. See, we are all born with abundance in our lives. That is for sure, pretty much sure. Because when we are open, when we are blank, we are ready to attract anything positive, negative, normal, neutral, everything we are ready to accept and attract. That is why
Yes.
people who were raised up, even if a person from a rich millionaire family was brought in the cradle, from the cradle when he is born, immediately into a poor family, his attitudes, his behaviors. I'm not speaking in the more like in the filmy attitude or in the like dramatic scenes. I'm speaking in practical scene, information. So if a person or a kid is brought to a poor family, his attitudes, his behaviors, his thought process, everything will be replicating to that poor family. He will not be thinking in the millionaire family's mindset. He may be
Because
behaving exactly.
he is surrounded by that. He
Absolutely.
is influenced by his atmosphere there.
Yet he will still be able to find one or the other force or one or the other instance where he will feel that emotion of abundance. That's what even
So
in the
it's
movies they show.
yes. Please carry on.
So a rich kid was taken to a poor family and a poor kid was taken to a rich family. Still this person starts behaving like a poor guy, but this person starts behaving like a rich guy. It's not always true, but what they're trying to show is a person's mindset is already resourceful and a person's mindset is already not unresourceful. It depends on your resourcefulness.
Great. Thank you for that lovely answer. I have one more questions. Like as we are talking on affirmations, so how do we write our affirmations?
Pretty simple. Any affirmation should be a statement, and in English, general statements we should be having a subject, a verb, and an object, and if required, conjunctions and different terminologies. And you know the best about this English language. So coming back to this, an affirmation is just any other statement. Yet you should be having an empowering adjective for anything that you are speaking about. For example, I am a man is a statement, but my powerful adjective is I'm a powerful man.
Yes.
I attract money as a normal statement. I attract enough money as the powerful adjective there. So your affirmation should be in a direction where those should be a simple normal statement, but add a powerful adjective and be specific about what you want in your life.
You mean very crisp. And one more thing I would like to add here is include your family members. And I feel we need to be gratitude about what all we are getting. It could
Yes.
at least we need to show our gratitude to this universe, to this nature, or if in that context to God as well. So whenever we are writing our affirmations, make sure that you are writing in a way that you have already achieved it. As our subconscious minds loves the things that that is already done, that we are already picturizing.
Yes.
So that would be my input on that.
Yeah, that's pretty much like what you said is absolutely true. With no second thoughts, I have nothing to say because you have crisply have mentioned it, and including family is a must, or I cannot say a must, but it could be a benefit for you because if you are a family person, just not like me, because of course, although I love my family, but I stay away from my family, so I'm actually practicing detachment from attachments, and that is the whole context of Bhagavad Gita, the detachments from attachments. So I'm practicing it. So if you are a family person, coming back to the point, then incorporate your family in every single thing that you are speaking, in your affirmations, in your thought process, in your working life, in your goals, in your outcomes, in your long-term goals, in your short-term goals. Everywhere you try to incorporate, which is very important for you. For me, I am the first person whom I love the most. So for me, my affirmations will work well if I put myself in those statements. And for a
Yeah,
person like
but
a family person, if a person is like
yes,
a son's person, if I love my son a lot, just like my father, or my daughter a lot, just like my mother, so their statement should be related to those people.
but again, I feel that learning detachment from attachments doesn't mean that you don't love your family. You are
That
staying
doesn't mean
away
that.
from your family because of work. That I wanted to
Yeah.
make clear to our listeners.
Yes, but just one liner that I want to add here is detachment from attachment is like, do not feel okay. I will give you some simple liner. I want to eat chicken is an emotion. I cannot live without eating chicken for a week is attachment.
Yes,
So
and that
try
shouldn't be
to
there.
be exactly detaching from attachment is like, I don't hate my family, but I can live still without my family.
Yes,
Yeah.
very true. But again, when we speak, it is taken in that direction. So that's why
Yes,
I
yes,
brought
yes.
up this. I
Thank
brought
you.
this up from myself. So, do money affirmations work? Or I would reframe it like, how can we make our affirmations, especially money affirmations, work for us?
Okay. How can I make my money affirmations work for us?
Just a second,
Uh, yeah.
Omkara. Meanwhile, I would request the people who are there in this call can put up their questions also related to money, related to law of attraction in terms of money matters and all. So be free to put up your questions. We will try our best to solve your queries in this episode. Yeah,
Yes.
please,
Thank
Omkara,
you.
over to you.
Yeah. So money affirmations, how to make money affirmations work for us? As I pretty much already answered you, the first thing is make sure that your affirmations are having a connection with your past experience and your past life. Second thing, make affirmations in a way that empowers you whenever you speak them, whenever you say them. You have to feel like an affirmation is something that is so powerful that you feel speaking about it in the morning, that you feel put it as your wallpaper, that you feel you have to make it as your lock screen without even me saying that. If you can prepare such kind of affirmations, they will work for you. Nothing much, like affirmation is something that you have to keep on telling to your own self in a direction where your brain should accept and behave in the same direction. That's it. As simple as that.
Yes. So assumptions doesn't work, but affirmations do work.
Absolutely. That is the question that you always ask me in any live session, I think. And I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you already answered my question. So many people have this like, what is the sign or the evidence that I can get from the universe or from my gut or what? I'm completely a headed person, so I don't believe in gut, but there are many people who believe in gut feeling and all. So is it that we get some evidences, or how can we analyze or realize or you know uh, recognize the signs or evidences that of money getting uh, or money coming our way? I hope I'm clear
Hmm.
with the question.
Yes, yes, or pretty much I understood it because I have been talking about those. I have been listening to such kind of questions, so I understood it. So, to the audience comfort, I would just like to reframe the question. How would I know that I started attracting money?
What are the evidences that gives me the clue that yes, money is going to come my way, or
Hmm.
the money is coming my way?
Okay. Okay, let's do this activity. I would like you also to do this activity with me today.
Sure.
This is a closed eye activity. It needs a little focus, and I would request you to please do not do this when you are driving. You shouldn't be by now, but yet do not do it when you are in kitchen, and do not do it wherever you need your vision or visionary skills that are required. Okay. Now, peacefully close your eyes. Close your eyes and No cheatings. Close your eyes, everyone. And now try to feel your feet. Feel your feet. Feel every organ in your body. Imagine that you have a tail and release it. Release those emotions, release those feelings. And now imagine that you are in a garden, or imagine that you are in your house, the place that you actually have sat right now. And imagine that you have started out from your house, you are walking out to a small activity. You are going to a place that you every day go. It's a regular ritual for you that you always do. And on your way, suddenly you have found a note, a currency note, on which you have seen the digits that you want. It could be 10, it could be 100, it could be 200, it could be 500, it could be 1000 also, whatever it is. Imagine that you have found, or you are walking and you found that note. You have picked it up, you opened it, you felt thanks, you felt grateful, you have shown that gratitude towards that note, and you felt like that is your girlfriend or your boyfriend that you have been waiting for so long, and you hugged it to your heart and you felt so happy for that. And you folded it, kept close to your heart, and then again you have opened it, looked at it, kissed it. You thanked the whole universe for giving it to you. You fold it back and put it in your wallet or your purse or whatever you usually store your money with, or you can keep it in your hand if you don't have it in your imagination right now. You have came back to your house, you again opened it and thanked it a lot, thanked the whole universe for bringing it to your life. And with this feeling, if you can sleep, like now you can actually open your eyes slowly and feel that emotion to you. And if you think about this, see, there is a small gap between lying down and sleeping. Every person has it. Like actually the mobile phones have eliminated this gap, but that is called the golden hour. The moment you lie down and the moment you sleep, there will always be a gap. And that gap, if you fill with these kind of emotions and with these kind of feelings, with these kind of affirmations, your brain starts to attract it. You know, recently I have been watching an interview by a music director, and he said, a lyricist, a story writer, and all the creative people, they said thoughts are not just a thought. Those are the energy waves that are liberated by a person. For example, now I'm speaking and my energy waves are liberated through my voice, through my brain, through my thoughts. And these thoughts, any person in this world who is actually thinking in the same wavelength and frequency can absorb that thought, and they will be using it for their life. Similarly, just before you sleep, if you think about these affirmations, your brain starts to generate those kind of frequencies, those kind of thoughts, those kind of energies, and those energies will attract such kind of incidents where the other person or the other instance or other situation will create to make sure that the amount of money that you are assuming to fall down at the place where that you are thinking, and within 24 hours, if you do this rightly, if you have that affirmation strongly, and if you can imagine about this, within 24 hours, you should be able to attract that much money in your life. Great. And those are the evidences where you can say confidently that I started attracting money.
Great, great, Omkara. So one more question, which I had, like in affirmations, I spoke about gratitude, that we need to show the gratitude when we are writing our affirmations. It could be to the universe, to the world, or to the nature or God, like whatever a person feels. So what is the role of that gratitude? I want you to answer this question. What is the role of your gratitude in case of law of attraction in terms of money?
I would take a simple example again. Let's say your mother cooks for you every single day and you stay with your mother. And
Sure.
one day, if you say your mom, you appreciate your mom for whatever cook or whatever food that she has cooked. Do you think she will like? Do you agree that she will work with an extra energy that evening or the next day when she is cooking something?
Very true. It's the any human would do that.
Absolutely. If just the human can do it, the whole universe is made of the energies. And if you are grateful, if your gratitude towards what you already have is so powerful, then next time when something is getting manifested for you, it will be manifested with so much of energy, with so much of love, compassion, and energy. And gratitude plays an amazing, humongous role or gigantic role, I can say, in your life.
Yes, very true. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So, does law of attraction depends on luck factor? Because many people
Yeah.
say, because many people who attract money to their life, or they earn well or something, oh, he's so lucky, he got that money, he's earning that much, he's so lucky. Is it so that luck works, or the human efforts work, or the shift of paradigm works? What it is? Is luck playing a role in the back end or in the front
Yeah.
end?
Yeah. Luck is playing a role in whatever end it is, and you can attract money, but you cannot stay wealthy if you don't have the law of attraction working for you. A simple example, or not an example, it is the statistical information that is proved by the scientists and the researchers. As per a research that has been taken on all the lottery winners across USA, not even 1% of people are able to withhold that level of money. And there is a small research that has happened at, I think, Mumbai. And there is a very famous show that have been hosted by Amitabh Bachchan on the name Kaun Banega Crorepati, KBC.
Yeah.
And the research is very simple. Whoever have won that 1 crore, are they still rich? Are they able to withhold that money, or did they go back to their own normal regular lifestyle? And it is clear that luck might have played a role for them to earn that much money at any way or at any end, as you say, front or back or right or left or center, whatever end it is. So if it has played a role, they might have become rich but not wealthy. They might have earned money, but they haven't become wealthy. Their mindsets are not rich. Their mindsets might not be resourceful. So what happens, and the shocking facts has proved that if your mindset or if your paradigm is having a capacity of only holding 30,000 rupees a month, let's say, then if you earn 1 lakh rupees, that person either will meet with an accident, he will break his or her leg, he or she will start losing money in hospital expenses or loans or some or the other way. They will try to lose all the money that they have acquired, and that is having no law of attraction working for them. But wherein people are already having luck getting played and law of attraction getting played, they will still stay rich. But unfortunate thing is, for me, as at least according to me, there is no such thing called luck. It's only your hard work. And the second important thing that I always believe in life is smart work. If you have these two, luck is just a byproduct.
Great.
Yeah.
So, can you really ask universe for a sign?
Yes, why not? Like the closed eye activity that we have done is a sign. It's a asking to the universe. Or simple ways. What I can tell you is, okay, if you can ask universe, you can do one thing. You can start asking universe for something that you want in specific, in smaller amounts. For example, my client, actually, he started getting law of attraction coaching from me, but he started, when I said to him, don't play small, play big, he started saying, I would like to earn 5 lakh rupees every month, and I'm getting 5 lakh rupees every month. His brain is not accepting it. Still he is keep on saying the same thing to his brain. And what happens, you know, like unknowingly you starts conflicting your own thoughts and you become stressful. End of the day, being so stressed out, you will not be able to like use law of attraction. Forget about law of attraction. You cannot even ask yourself what's going on. You will be so stressed into a direction where you will not be able to attract money, attract peace, attract anything into your life. So what you can do is ask universe for smaller amounts. For example, if you want to have success, and I was listening to Earl Nightingale's Secret Success, or the secrets, what is that? The secret to success, or the success secret, something. I really don't remember the name, but it is like it is a loop play for me in my playlist in my on my YouTube. I always listen to that and I sleep. And what they say is, any successful person is a person who is driving to the direction where he has already set. Every housewife, every mother is a successful person because they have set their goal to become a mother and they became a mother. She's a successful person. A housewife want to cook food for her family, and if she is successful in that, she is successful. Success need not to be richness, success need not to be wealthy, success need not to be anything. Success is simply you put your goal and you work towards it and you are successful. At the same moment, when I come back to the question that you asked, what should I ask? Can I ask something to the universe to show me proof that I can attract money? Yes, you can ask. Why I said success and this, if you have put your goal very clearly, if you have defined your goal very clearly, and that has to be in smaller amounts, and in that case you can ask universe at any point of time, saying that, like, even today I did this. I have attracted some problems in my life. I have attracted so many troubles in my life, and I thank the universe because I told universe that give me so much of discomfort so that I will start moving out of this. I have been comfortable in this state and I am going nowhere. I have to go for the next level. When I will go for the next level is when I have discomfort in this level. So I am so thankful. I started asking universe, when I am going to get more problems in my life? When are you going to give me more problems in my life? Because when I get more problems, I start question myself whether I am doing the right thing, whether I am staying in the right place. If I am discomfortable, I will move out of this place and I will go for the next level. So coming back to the question, where I always speak so many dots so that it is easy for you to connect, and I'm connecting back to the question. You can ask universe, and in the direction where, when you have a specified goal, when you have small amounts of increments that you are adding onto your life, you can ask universe in that direction.
Great. So one more thing that comes to my mind here, like, how do you manifest money when you are completely broke?
Okay. Give me any one rich person's name in this world.
It could be anybody, or it could be Bill Gates, Dan Lok.
No, we'll take Bill
Mukesh
Gates first,
Ambani.
and then we'll speak for others. Bill Gates. Do you think he is born rich?
No.
Okay. Like, do you agree that he was a broke candidate in finances?
Yes.
Dan Lok.
There is.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
Am I visible? Like, I'm just checking
Yes,
if there is some connection issue from my end. No,
it
everything is
was,
fine
but
here.
now everything is fine.
Okay.
So the point that I want to make here is, every rich person was broke at one point in time financially. When you say broke, please be careful, because that is a very negative word. Be specific. Being broke financially is different. Being broke is different. If I am broke, I should be depressed. I should be so sad. I shouldn't be having money. I shouldn't be having family. I shouldn't be having anything. I should be broke emotionally, financially, physically, and psychologically. That is the word broke mean.
But I would like to interrupt here. But when a person is broke in terms of finances, obviously he or she is broke broke psychologically and emotionally. So if I feel everything is interconnected, interrelated.
Okay, I will tell you the simple example. I have clients who are making 5,000 rupees a month, 5,000 rupees a month, but still they are so happy with that 5,000 rupees. I have clients who are making 10 to 12 lakhs, which is 1 lakh a month, 10 to 12 lakhs a year, which is 1 lakh a month, yet still they are disappointed. They are so like feeling depressed for the money that they are making. So when you say that, it depends on independent to independent or individual to individual. So
True.
money being broke financially doesn't make you broke emotionally and psychologically, because Bill Gates, when he was making his first Apple computers, sorry, is it that Bill Gates made Apple computers or Windows? Steve Jobs made Apple computers.
Steve Jobs made Apple. So
Yeah,
Windows.
So when Bill Gates made Windows, he was broke. He was literally broke. When Mark Zuckerberg made Facebook, he was also broke financially. But yet he made something that is useful, because he's not broke emotionally, he's not broke psychologically, he's not broke physically, he's not broke in terms of family. When you are
True.
broke financially, yet yes, you can manifest, because you might have been broke only financially, and just realize it.
True.
Yeah.
Getting thumbs up for your answers in the comment section.
Yeah, thank you.
So I request the audience, like, if you have any questions in terms of law of attraction and about money, so please feel free to type your questions in the comment section so that we can take up your questions and solve the queries and answer it.
Yeah.
So next question, if I can proceed.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, in a scenario, if a person hasn't attracted any wealth, but all of a sudden he is inherited with crores of rupees, how can you explain this? Because I don't know about real life, but I have seen such scenarios in movies and all. Like, someone will be a rag on the roads, and all of a sudden he is a millionaire. Maybe some rich person's lost son or daughter, and he is owner of crores.
Yeah. So that is a complicated question, but yet it has been already answered in my previous question when I was speaking about law of attraction and Kaun Banega Crorepati example. So and also a rich kid was taken away from his family, and if he was born like raised up in a poor family, but still if his mind is resourceful, he may be attracting money. At the same time, when you say this, a person is completely financially broke, and till that day he haven't attracted anything in his life. He is not even interested in attracting money, but yet he got inherited. He has inherited some crores of wealth, if you say. See, attracting money, or if you get money, you may not be attracting money alone. For example, you may be attracting a rich life, which is indirectly attracting money. You know, you may be attracting servants, and indirectly you are attracting rich life, and indirectly you are attracting wealth. You may be attracting, you may behave. See, I will tell you a simple case. The famously known movie, which is Bahubali. In that movie, the elder one, the father Bahubali, even if he was in the king, he was king. When he was a normal person also, then he was a king. It's the resourcefulness that he had in his brain. And the behavior. See, he never attracted kingdom. He attracted leadership. See, that is what is the difference. Because he attracted leadership, he is a leader every single place. At every single place. He never attracted wealth. He never attracted kingdom. He never attracted throne. He never attracted the crown. He only attracted leadership. leadership qualities, the fight that he has done. Like, I always take the correlations with movies because it is easy for people to understand and analyze that in their lives. And why I am saying this confidently is when I take the example of when he went to Anushka's place, and there Subbiraju is the person who is taking that role, and that person is very tamed guy. He's like a very tamed or a cat kind of a character, and when he spoke some leadership attitudinal or leadership points, he starts getting motivated. So he Bahubali has always attracted leadership. He never attracted throne. That's why he is having that confidence to leave throne aside, and he has become a leader for the people. And when you asked me such kind of questions, I would tell you the same thing. If you don't want to attract money, if you are very negative about money, don't attract money. Attract a maid, attract a cook, attract a servant, attract one beauty parlor appointment every single month, attract manicure pedicure by someone else every single week, attract makeup kit which is so costly every single month. And you don't need to attract money. Like, end of the day, what I want to say, tell you, Bhanu, is why do you need money? To buy something, to live some rich life, to have comforts. Directly
Yes.
attract the comforts. And that's what a person who has inherited might have done. He might have attracted abundance. It's okay, Vamsi. He might have attracted
okay.
abundance. He might have attracted servants. He might have attracted chefs. He might have attracted rich life. That's it.
Great.
I hope I've answered it.
So yes, you have answered it with a very good example. There are just 7 minutes left. So I would like to request you, because even Vamsi has joined now. So can you sum up, like can you sum up and give us some tips how to attract money?
Sure.
The bulletin points.
Simply put, number one, change your vocabulary. Do not use words like spend or like what I would say is use. Do not say use. Do not say gave.
Gave up.
Yeah, gave up. You do not say something like related to charity. You have to do charity, but do not use money like I gave charity, I did charity. You can say I have invested in social well-being. I have invested in my society's well-being. So that is what you can use. So use words like circulate, use words like the end of the day, if you want me to conclude, start changing your vocabulary and build positive words in your life. If you ask me right now what are the negative words, I can't even think of them because I have erased a lot, I have deleted a lot, because I can't even remember things. If I want to speak any negative word, I have to look at my computer and see which words that I have used in my book. That's how, because I can speak invest, I can speak circulate, I can speak I can speak multiplying, I can say coming back, I can say getting it back, I can say
contributing,
multiplying, contributing. So these are the words that I always get, not the words I cannot say spend, which I don't really remember now. I forgot, just because of this live I remembered it. So these are the words. Change your vocabulary first, number one. Number two, speak your affirmations or create your affirmations in a direction where those should be having a powerful adjective which connects to you, and those affirmations should be empowering you. Those affirmations should be having a correlation to your past and previous life.
Yeah.
Number three, use these affirmations and narrate a story for your own self, a futuristic story, just like the closed eye activity that I did to you. Those who have joined late, do not worry. Bhanu is going to put them on the Instagram TV, and you can actually listen to that and view to that again. And if there is any possibility, I would like to download this video and put it on my YouTube page so that it is easy for you guys to view this again and again. Right. With that being said, the next point is, after you do a closed eye activity or after you imagine that you are going to attract money, do that activity every single day in the golden hour. The golden hour is the hour just before you sleep and just after you wake up. That is the golden hour. Your brain is so sharp and so calming, so peaceful, ready to capture anything, and speak these affirmations in that golden hour, and you will be lucky, or you will become lucky. That's what people call. I don't believe in that, but you will become lucky in attracting whatever you want. That is third point. Point number 4, or the last but one point, is speak or behave like you have already attracted what you want. You cannot speak like a servant when you want to become a king, isn't it? It's a very simple logic.
True.
If you speak like if I take the same example of Bahubali, like what we spoke, if Bahubali was speaking like a servant, do you think people will come to him after he has demoted as what is that we call it, Senadipati,
As
what
a
we call,
knight.
yeah, whatever you call it, as
Instead
a knight.
of king,
When
he was demoted as a knight. Yeah.
when he was demoted as a knight, do you still think, and from being knight also he was demotivated and he was thrown out of this what is that, the whole court, and even then people came to him because he never spoke like a servant, he never spoke like a victim, he never spoke like a problem maker, he always spoke like a problem solver, he always spoke like a leader. So try to speak in the direction where you want to become. People always say dress in the way that you want to become. When you dress, you speak in the way that you want to become. When you speak, you attract the way that you want to have in your life. When you attract, you get what you want in your life. So that is very simple. See, for this live, I may be in my same pajamas, I may be in my t-shirts, and I can do that. But when I'm speaking, I should be having that authenticity. That's why I always make myself properly prepared for the live sessions. Because see, this is a free live session that I'm going to give for my viewers and for your viewers, for your audience. And this can be done in any platform. Like I may be walking around, I haven't had my dinner, I can be doing my dinner, and I may be parallelly talking to you, but I haven't done all this because I want to be professional and I'm attracting professionals into my life. So I have to do that with so much of dedication. When I said that, point number 5 comes in hand with the same. Say any affirmation, do any affirmation exercise with dedication and with heart. When I say heart, when somebody says negative words, you shouldn't be able to even take it. For example, when my friends say, I spent 100 rupees today, I cannot even listen that word because I have been using my positive words, my positive affirmations, that I cannot listen those words. And I have been doing that with dedication and with so much of emotion to it. Do add emotions, like Bhavna already said in the videos earlier. Add your family, add your emotions to your affirmations, and it works a lot. So these are the 5 points that I would like to tell you and conclude. I think we are already done with the time today.
Yes, it's already 10. So thank you so much for all that input from your side, Omkara. And I'm thankful to the audience also for staying back. And if you people have any sort of questions related to law of attraction in terms of money, in terms of like any sort of any area of life, I would say, in that matter, please feel free to post it on my story, or post it on or directly message me. If you have my WhatsApp number, you can send me your question through a voice note or a type text message. The same with the Omkara as well. If you are in touch with Omkara, please do feel free to ask the question so that we can address that in the live sessions.
Yeah.
And solve your queries.
Sure. True.
Okay, then we hardly have 20 seconds to conclude our meeting. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a great time talking to you. Actually, even I learned many things. It was an eye opener and bulb on moment kind of thing for me as well. So thank you so much. Meet you.
Thank you.
next